Okay, the recording is started, so I am going to turn things over. Is our president online? I saw him before.
Yeah, I'm here.
There he is. Okay,
All right.
all yours.
Yeah, thanks, Jim.
Hang on, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody so that we can have quiet. Okay, it's all you.
I'll unmute myself. All right. Thanks, Jim, and thanks to Jason also this morning for arranging such great presenters. You guys are doing a great job, so keep it up. You set a really high bar, so I'm sure all of us have unreasonably high expectations for future presentations. So thanks to you guys for coordinating that. So let's get the business portion of the meeting underway. So the first thing on the agenda is President's report. Hey, that's me. So I have two things to report. So one is that we have a new logo chair. So what is the logo chair? Logo chair is the person who coordinates for the club, you acquiring club swag. So think of things like badges and shirts and vests and sweaters and things that have the club logo embroidered on them. Thanks to Scott, KC7SAG, for stepping up. If you're interested in getting club swag, you can contact him by sending an email to logo@mikeandkey.org, and then that'll forward to Scott's email address. So that's just logo, LOGO, @mikeandkey.org. The second thing I had was just a general call for net controls. I know we've been talking about it for a while, but if anybody's interested in being a net control for our Wednesday night TechNet or our social net, which happens every other night of the week, feel free to shoot me an email. You can contact me at president@mikeandkey.org, and I'll be happy to hook you up. Super easy. The nets are casual. Like, we don't care if you mess up. So I think it's a pretty good learning environment for new net controls, or at least I'd like to think it is. So if you're interested in giving that a shot, reach out to me. I'll connect you to the right people, and we can get you on the air. But we would love to see some more net controls come online. So then that's it for me. So we'll move on to our Vice President, Phil, K7PIA. Phil, are you ready to do business?
Yeah. Hold on one second while I bring up some of the applications here. And go ahead and flip on my webcam. Here we go. So we've got four prospies for you guys' consideration this morning. And the first one will be Ryan, K7NZE. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself. Go ahead and mute yourself and introduce yourself to the club.
Hello, my name is Ryan, K7NZE. I've been a licensed ham radio operator since I was about 16. I got my amateur extra license last year, and I'm fairly new to the area. I've moved to the Seattle area from Denver a couple years ago, and trying to get back into ham radio.
Hey Ryan, do you happen to have video by any chance?
Yeah, I can turn that on. Let me. Sorry.
That way we can see you.
See your bright smiling face. There you go.
Sorry about that.
No worries. I'm also from Colorado. Thumbs up.
Oh, nice.
Colorado. So anybody have any questions or comments for him? For Ryan. No.
Ryan, what brought you into the ham radio hobby?
I was always interested in radio. Ability to talk to people over long distances. Interested in technology, that sort of thing.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great.
I had a question. Assuming vaccines work and science saves us all, and we could leave our houses again, what are you doing on the last full weekend in June?
I knew that question would come up.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in field day. Try to participate every year. This year, obviously, was a little bit different, but yeah, I definitely would love to go out and participate and
Cool.
Yeah, great. You could always use
operate some radios.
Yeah, we could always use some operators. And do you know Morse code? How are you good with the digital communication?
No, not so much Morse code. I've been wanting to learn, but I haven't really gotten around to that yet.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, cool. Just come join us up on the bluff.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions or comments for Ryan? Just go ahead and speak up. No, not hearing anything. Okay, well, go ahead and move along to the next member or prospective member for you guys' consideration this morning, and that is Miss Joan, KX2CW. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself.
Well, hello. I think some of you know about me already, but in fact, I'm here because, I don't know, 2 or 3 or more of the 1930 net operators, control operators said, Joan, you should join the Mike and Key. And I'm like, okay. So, and then it got lost in the pipe somewhere. And so that's why I decided Jason would be my sponsor, because he's the one that got back to me and said, Joan, you got to do this. And yes, in fact, I do love CW myself. And I got my KX2 and I do CW. So I have been in the Pacific Northwest in Seattle for about 12, maybe close to 13 years now. And I'm an 8-lander originally, and spent at that time most of my life in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And for part of that, I was living off the grid with my partner, who was also a ham radio operator, and she and I did CW on like 80 meters, and with my Century 21, which I was running off of our big 12-volt battery, running off a little 20-watt solar panel. And then we had gas lights and a gas refrigerator and a gas, everything except for the wood stove, and some Aladdin mantle lamps too. So I guess I've been a ham for 49 years now originally, although the sink or swim original novice I sank because my parents were going through a bitter divorce, and I had to give back the S-38 that I was borrowing from a friend and use upgrade or die. And so I was off the air for about 20 years, and then I finally got back into it, and I wanted to get a novice license again because I needed to be a novice, and they're like, you could take the other elements. No, I want a novice license again, and so I was a novice again, and then I went quickly through to general and then advanced. But let's see, where am I going with this? So I don't know. I don't know what else to say. You guys can ask me questions. And field day, I'll either be working, either involved with the PSRG, but it's not, set in stone. So I don't know. Transportation will probably be an issue. Plus, this coming field day, we may still be in the same situation we were in this last field day. So that's, yeah. It has possibly an upside that would be one way for me to be involved in the Mike and Key field day, just to try it out. I just love ham radio, and I love one of the things, aside, it's not just a technical hobby. The other pillar of ham radio is social, because the object goal of ham radio is to communicate, which is a social function. And this has got to be one of the world's top collegial hobbies. Like, the community of ham radio is such a strong element in what it is. And the Mike and Key Amateur Radio Club is a an encapsulation of that idea. And that's why I decided to join the Mike and Key. This is KX2CW, back to control.
All right, thanks, Joan. Thanks for deciding to put in your application to our club here. And does anybody have any questions or comments for Joan?
Looks like we have a first question from Daniel, KL7WM.
Oh, we had to unmute there. Yeah, I've known Joan from the 9 o'clock net. She came out in one of the classes one time. We talked about it. She's been always willing to share her experiences, which is great for novices and new people in there. So I think it's a good person to be in there. Hi, Joan.
Hey there, Dan.
And next we have Mark, W7EAZ.
Hi, Joan, and welcome to Mike and Key. I run the Tuesday night net, and just to kind of give you an idea, I have several weeks now of golden questions that I've been asking, and I have yet to find one that she can't answer. That's the depth of the things that she knows.
I love your questions, Mark.
Okay. Next we have David, W7DAO.
I don't have a question. I'll just make a quick comment.
Okay.
I have heard many times Joan on as net control. She's a fantastic net control, makes everyone comfortable, and I think that she invented the term radio waves.
I did not. That was Bill N6NBN invented the radio wave. Although I did coin Voterscope, and I did coin double nickel net.
Your audio's breaking apart, by the way.
You got the Dalek sound again, Joan.
I don't know what the heck that was.
Did I hope?
There we go.
It's cleaned up.
Jason, you have your hand raised?
Yeah, I was just going to say, Joan, because you are so social, would you be willing to potentially participate in hosting one of our nets during the week?
I gave that thought.
All
And
right.
I do the PSRG Monday night net every week, which is kind of grueling, especially on a Monday night. But I decided that my answer to that is that, yes, I would consider it at least as a relief operator, to pick out a net that, that isn't one of my busy days. And apparently I get into the repeater all right on half a watt, so that'll work.
Yes. Great. That'd be wonderful. Thank you for considering it.
Great on just mere milliwatts, so.
I knew someone was going to ask me that question. So.
And Jimmy, KJ7QFK.
Yeah, I noticed by your call sign, it ends in CW. Are you going to continue in CW or go off into these other directions?
Da-da-da-da.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Hey, Jim, does anybody else have their hand raised?
Nope.
Yeah, I have a question.
Go ahead.
John, earlier you showed a shack in the out in the snow somewhere. Is that also a radio shack for you?
That picture, I could put it up again, but it'll be complicated. But that is the one good picture I have of the camp that my partner Joe and I lived in for 3.5 years at that location on 5.56 acres that we owned on the Sand River. And you can't see in the photograph, but up in the tree that's right behind that was my 80-meter dipole with the balanced feed line going down to the Century 21, which I had hot wired to the 12 volts. That's where I lived off the grid. I've lived off the grid other places, but that, of course, is my favorite place because that's when I was with her. So that's what that is. That's an historic photograph. It's on my QRZ page if anyone wants to look at it.
Sounds great. Thanks, Joe. Does anybody else have any questions or comments before we move on? Not hearing anything. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move along here to our next prospective member, which is Bob, KJ7RAM. Go ahead and say a few words.
I'm Bob. Joan's a tough act to follow, so I'll do my best. Moved up to the Northwest here from San Francisco about 12 years ago. I've always been kind of interested in ham, but it was always kind of in the background. And with COVID, decided to get my license and got my technician's license a few months ago. Just looking to get more involved in the community aspect of it and participate a little bit more. With COVID, obviously, it's a little difficult, but just looking to get a little bit more involved. And I've always, me and my son both got our licenses at the same time, so he's looking to get a little bit more involved as well. I know he's applied. And guess that's about it. Kind of sticking my toe in the pool and didn't realize what a big pool it really is and how much involvement it is. It's kind of cool that there's so many different aspects of it. And I guess that's about it. Unless there's any questions.
Okay, go ahead and speak up. Anybody that has any questions?
I want to ask this one.
Go ahead.
What are you doing in June, Bob?
Well, I was really excited for Field Day this year, but apparently that didn't happen. No, I'd love to participate, and I'm planning on it. So yeah, my son and both kind of started ham at the same time, so we're both excited to participate.
Awesome. Yeah, we could always use more hands at Field Day. Anybody else?
Rex, go ahead.
How old is your son?
He's 26.
Okay.
Yep. Fresh out of the Navy, moved back here from Norfolk, and so he's working in the electrical industry now, but we both got our license at the same time. I keep teasing him because I got a 1 point higher score on the test that he did, so I keep telling him how much smarter I am than him.
It's a good thing to do. That's all from me.
Okay, great. Let's see. Is there anybody else with their hand raised, or anybody who else has a question? Just go ahead and speak up now. Nope, I don't hear anything. So we've got one more here on my list of prospective members, and that's W6TS. That's Mike. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I guess it's still good morning. I really enjoyed Gordo. God, last time I saw him, he was in his tuxedo, so I didn't know if I should dress for that. But I've been licensed in 1965, so you can tell by the full head of hair that I've been around for a while, right? And I grew up in Kansas City, went to the University of Missouri. I ran the radio station W0ZLN down there for a couple of years. Where are we going? I've also got a Grohl, which used to be the first class radio telephone that Gordy spoke about. Let me tell you a funny story about that. So when I have a degree in education, never taught school, and I moved to California, and big eyes, I wanted to get into broadcasting. So I walked into a Channel 22 KY TV station there, and with my first class radio telephone that was required. And I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have any experience, but the chief engineer was a ham radio operator, and I got the job. So I've met a lot of great people, in the years of ham radio, and just, that have really touched my life. A ham radio operator taught me how to fly. A ham radio operator taught me how to sail. So, the bonding's been there, all my life. Married, I live here in Athens Beach in Olympia. I've been up here for 3 or 4 years. Moved up from Northern California. I've always had an office in Seattle, so I've always had the kind of the links, to the area, as well as family here, and also in Tillamook. Also use one of these from time to time. And I never forgot code, and it's kind of where I hang out, now, as far as running 100 watts, on a wire antenna down here, at the beach. What else? Checked into SocialNet a few times. I like the breadth of the club. I think you guys have got a lot of activities, and that's really attractive. And again, I've been following, probably listening more than talking. I think that can be good. What else? Told you CWOP. I think that's it. If I haven't put you all to sleep, back to you, W6TS.
It's like, no, we're all wide awake here. Thanks. Anybody have any questions or comments for Mike? Go ahead and just speak up.
Mike, another CW operator. That's going to make Hal and CW Beach very happy. We got 2 new people that do CW.
So now do I get the June question?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
And the answer is?
Oh yeah, I've always liked Field Day. God, I've done some crazy spots of Field Day. So
cool.
How about network controlling? Would you like to do network controlling?
Yeah, I got the time. I'm semi-retired. I'm nursing a couple patents, and if not to, it's not a commercial because I've got it all licensed. But my background's video conferencing, so I used to work for Polycom, Tandberg, and Cisco, and for whatever it's worth, I've got the patent on this little beast. So if somebody's got a light out there for video conferencing, they're probably paying Mike and my partner. So I'm still nursing that, and swatting people away that are infringing on the patent. So I got plenty of time.
Exciting. Cool.
Great. Thanks. Anybody else?
I just had a comment regarding Field Day. Even if we don't do Fort Flagler, we'll probably do similar to what we did this year. So we'll still gather in groups in various spots.
Okay.
Okay, then let me check here. I don't see any other hands raised. Is there any last comments or questions? Not hearing anything. So Jim, you could, that's all the prospective members that I see. So
Okay.
you can go ahead and usher them out into the waiting room if you could.
Yep. So what I'm going to do now, folks, is those that are being voted on, I am going to move you into a waiting room, and we will vote on each of you, and then I will join you back into the meeting. So let me go up here and put into the waiting room. Let's see. And RAN. And let's see, who else?
NZE.
Yeah, let me scroll down because it's not showing. Whoa. Where did it's not populating. Right. Okay.
W6TS is still there.
Yeah.
I see that there's a nice little search bar. Sorry. Okay, and let's see who else do we need? Okay, so I've got W6TS, KJ7RAN, KX2CW, and NZE. NZE. I don't see him. K7.
Not be around.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to rejoin. Let me
okay.
put my call sign back in.
Gotcha.
There it is. Okay. And okay, so the 4 are in the waiting room. Sorry for the time. Wow.
Yeah, that's no problem.
You'll get the hang of it sooner or later.
Yeah.
We only have been at this for several months.
Darn technology.
Okay, Phil. Go
All
ahead.
right. Thanks, Jim. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about behind his back is Bob Nunez, KG7RAN. Any comments or questions about Bob? Let's go ahead and speak up.
Phil, do we have a quorum?
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yes.
Well, I'll get to that here in a second. And let's see here. I don't hear anything, so it's like we're going to do it one at a time. So go ahead and cast your votes.
Yep.
For
So
Bob, KJ7RAN, yes or no, you'll find it in the participants list.
yep. Click in the participants tab and click the yes or no.
Oh. I don't think I know how to do that, Jim.
So click down at the bottom where it says participants and that'll bring up the participants list, and then down at the bottom you should see a yes
Oh,
and no screen.
okay. Thank you.
There's
Okay,
a
I'm
hand
gonna
raised, Jim.
5 seconds. Steve, AAV, did you have a question or comment? Your hand is raised. Hello.
No, just
Voting yes.
missed where I was clicking.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, so we have 44 votes.
All right, cool. So Bob is in the club now. Thanks, everybody. Go ahead and clear that. Thanks, Jim.
All clear.
Thank you. And next up, we got Ryan, K7 NZE. Any comments or questions behind his back? Not hearing anything here. Don't see any hands raised either. So you can, everybody can go ahead and do the same voting procedure as before.
Click on yes or no. And give you 5 more seconds. And we have 43.
All right, thanks, Jim.
And go ahead and clear.
Me again. That's me again.
Oh, no worries.
There we go.
Thank
So
you.
Ryan is in the club, K7NZE. Next one we've got here is Mike, W6TS. Any comments or questions? I'm not seeing any hands raised, nor is anybody speaking up, so go ahead and cast your votes now.
Okay,
I
gonna
think I
give
want to
you
know more about that Zoom light.
5 more seconds. There was one. Okay, 41 there.
All right, thanks, Jim.
Clearing.
W6TS is in the club, and we've got one more, and that's Joan, KX2CW. Any comments, questions before we vote?
Yay, Joan.
Yeah. It's like I'm just glad to see her apply too. It's like I've heard her on the social net quite a bit. So
Wealth of knowledge and a great person.
Yeah.
Great personality.
Yeah, Joan is great. I've been on her social net, and I welcome her to the club.
mm-hmm.
I just hope we don't spread her too thin.
Yeah, I know.
I will go ahead and share the knowledge of saying no. I'm having to do that occasionally.
Yeah, she's pretty good about saying no for sure.
Yeah.
Chatted with her about some other stuff too.
Go ahead and vote in the participants.
As we're voting, we had a new application just come in the website.
Yeah, I saw that.
I just got the email. Just popped up on my Windows.
Okay, Phil, we got 44.
All right, thanks, Jim.
So
So that's all. You can go ahead and usher them back into the meeting here. You could.
All righty. We're bringing everybody back into the meeting, and congratulations to the 4 new members.
Welcome everyone.
Yay.
So for those new members, congratulations for being a new member. I would ask that you go up to the Mike and Key website, and there's a membership page, and you can pay your first year's dues.
I knew that was coming. I can pay with a check, right?
You can pay with a check. Check goes to Post Office Box 4234, Renton, Washington 98057. That's also on the website too.
Good, good. And do I get to take my bang away and put an asterisk?
As soon as you pay. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you can do it. Or you could put what are you, Central West?
Yeah, Central East actually.
Central East in the yeah.
No, I've been wanting to put this asterisk on here, so here it comes. Ready?
Cool.
I'm trying to touch the screen, by the way. I've gotten used to that, and I keep touching, going like, oh, that's right. I have to use this. Ding!
Yeah.
Oh, that feels great.
Isn't it?
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, welcome everybody to the
Thank
club.
you.
Thanks for joining us. All right, so let's see here. It's like
I
we
can
do have
die
a-
easy now.
Yay. All right, so we do have a quorum. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the last general meeting as published in the relay?
I see
So
Hal.
moved.
Oh, so who was it? I didn't see that.
I saw Al first, but I
Okay.
heard people too.
Okay, so yeah, just take whatever, James.
Al Hopwood.
Oh, the THX.
Yeah.
Second.
Second.
Jason, KG7 GLB.
All right, got you down, Jason. Okay, so all in favor, click yes. All against, click no.
Who was it that seconded?
It was GLB Jason.
Okay, give you 5 more seconds to vote. And we have 37. So we've reached our quorum too.
Okay, great. Thank you, Jim. I don't have anything else for you guys this morning, so I'll go ahead and turn it back to El Presidente.
Okay, thanks, Bill. Let's move along. Jim, do you have a treasurer report for us?
I do have a quick couple of items. The books are in order, and if there's anybody that has any questions on checking accounts, savings, all of that good stuff, they can talk to me offline, either on the phone or send an email. And just FYI, in the December meeting, we will be reviewing and voting on the 2021 budget. Lots of things that are going to need to be changing with all of the COVID stuff that's happened. Our Q3 Fred Meyer donation from 7/31 to 9/30 of 2020, we did get $5.06. And our Q3 Amazon for the same period, we received $54.22. And just another quick item is our website will be renewed for another 2 years. And also, quick shout out, the Give Big will be open year round starting in December 1. And last but not least, I found out from Dave Smith that the eScript discount is discontinuing the dining portion. So we will not be getting any donations for dining out. And that is all I have.
Awesome, thank you. Let's move on to Jason. I've heard from Jason a few times already, but Jason, you want to give us your activity manager report?
You bet. Thanks, David. So, boy, it looks like for December, David's making me nervous. We've got to keep up the good roll here with presenters, but we'll see what we can do. In December, we've got Kenny Richards, KU7M, will be joining us from WWARA. He'll be doing a presentation, which is the evaluation of migrating the 2-meter 440 repeater subbands to narrowband. So he's been making his tour around the different clubs in the Puget Sound area. And I think he did PSRG last month, so it'd be great to have him this next month coming up here in December. Also, if anybody has any auction donations, I'd love to hear from you. If you could, reach out to me at activities@mikeandkey.org. Let me know if you have some hardware, some cool stuff that you'd like to donate, and we'll put that up on auction. Again, all those proceeds go to our end of year drawing, which we'll be having our grand prize drawing here in December for this year, and utilize those funds that we've received for our last few auctions. We've done pretty well. So appreciate anybody's assistance there or ideas. If anybody knows has any suggestions, I'd appreciate that too on auction items. And believe that's about it for me. Back to David. Thank you.
Hey, David, real quick, Jason and I are going to be working together to get some more YouTube celebrities, most likely in January, February. We'll try to keep the ball rolling there and see if we can't keep the bar higher and higher. And if not, one of us in the club can always do a presentation, and we'll still have the bar high.
Yeah, in fact, I've reached out to some folks, and I still have some other folks that responded to our survey that love to get you to do a presentation or what have you. So I think it's there's a lot of great knowledge within the club and outside. So appreciate everyone's help. So thank you.
Cool. Thanks, Jason. Let's move on and see if
Dave, I got a question for Jason.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Hal.
Yeah, and I see Joan also does. Jason, the year-end drawing, we discussed the process for doing that year-end drawing since we don't have a bunch of tickets.
Right. Yeah, we'll be doing so. It's everybody who is we're nailing down those details, but it'll more than likely be the folks that join in the December meeting. And we'll probably do it off of the list of the participants, but we'll talk about that in our next board meeting to kind of firm those details up. We want to give everyone a fair shake at winning some cool stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Al. Joan, you had something?
Yes. All four of the SpaceX astronauts who just went up to the International Space Station are all ham radio operators. Let's get some astronaut hams.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be cool.
Oh man. Well, I'll see if I can get them. See if we can get them on board, right? I thought we were doing good about getting some of our other YouTubers out there. Okay, set that bar even higher.
Yeah, Joan, thanks for setting that really high.
Yeah, the bar's out of space now.
You guys are gonna never let me go for activities manager if we keep getting this stuff. Jim and I keep pairing up and getting some good folks. So cool.
There are no term limits on the activity. So,
nice work if you can get it.
All right. Well, speaking of Hal, would you like to give us an update on the swap meet?
Yeah. So we've officially canceled the swap meet for 2021, but have worked with the Puyallup Event Center down there, our contact, and do have a new contract in hand for 2022. And we will be on March the 11th, I believe. I don't have my calendar with me right now, but anyway, maybe the 12th, March 11th. Let's see what weekend that is. Anyway, it's either 11th or 12th, but we have the date reserved for 2022. We have a contract in hand. We have a slight technical or typo error in it that we need to get corrected first, and then we'll be ready to fly with that. And so they are allowing our deposit of $3,500 to move forward to 2022. So we will not need to send a deposit in. And our second deposit will be in February of 2022. So we're all set, and hopefully with the vaccine and everything else coming out and our COVID numbers dropping midsummer next year and not rising again in the fall, we'll be able to have a meeting or have a swap meet.
Cool. All right, I think that's pretty straightforward, but does anybody have any questions? Thought I'd ask. All right, I didn't think so. Thanks, Hal. All right, moving along. If we don't have any other officer or committee reports, nobody reached out to me. Okay, hearing none. Let's see. Do we have any old business for the club? Anything that we discussed previously that someone needs to raise again? All right, hearing none. Do we have any new business for the club?
I have a not necessarily new business, but a request.
Okay.
This is the anniversary year, October to October. So anyone wants to share any memories, photos, anything to put into the relay, please send them to me. Thanks.
Yeah, always good to put in a plug for the relay. You guys can write an article about anything that's, even vaguely radio or club related that you think might be of interest to other people. And then, of course, David is there to support you. So you don't have to be like a perfect literary genius, because David will make you look like a literary genius, right?
That's what editors are for.
Yeah, exactly. So, feel free to reach out to David with any club articles. And I think we also have an alias. Are you newsletter at mikeandkey.org? I think you are, right? Or
Yeah, I am. And I usually use W7DAO at ARL, but both come to me. So.
Yep. So he's easy to get a hold of.
On that comment there, who else was on the 50th celebration committee? We need to get something going with that so that we can drum up some more ideas and advertise. I'd like to get us mentioned in the Ham Nation as a club spotlight. Al?
You were asking me?
Yeah. Who else was on the 50th anniversary committee? It was you and...
I don't think I was.
Well, I thought you were.
I think
I'm gonna have to go back through the notes.
I think he wasn't here when we
voted him in, nominated him.
We might have nominated him.
I agree with Jim. I mean, even that, I think we had a pretty good write-up, if I remember, in a past relay about the 50th anniversary. That might be something good to forward on to our friends at Ham Nation and get into their spotlight. So.
Yeah, worst comes to worst, I'm gonna try to get something going, because they've been really gracious in providing us people. So I'd like to also get a write-up and be featured in their little 10 minutes of fame on the Ham Nation.
You could give a presentation up there.
Yeah, but I'm only 5 years in. I'd like to get some
Jim?
feedback from some of the other folks. Go ahead,
Jim?
Michael.
I thought that Chuck, WA7 Echo Bravo Hotel, was on the 50th year anniversary, because he did that tremendous write-up on the club's history in the relay a month or two ago.
Ah, okay, yeah. Thanks, Michael.
Also,
Go ahead. Gil.
Also consider Czech PSA. He's one of the early members. So, and lots of good memories if you ever sat with him.
Good. Thanks again.
Yeah, Chuck and Peter, the two oldest ones, are not, well, they're the two oldest members. Two members which have been members the longest.
There you go. Okay, thanks everybody.
All right, I think we're wandering into good of the order if we don't have any other new business. Okay. Does anybody have anything at all for the club before we close out?
I would like to give a big shout out to Mike and Key, especially Scott and his team that put on the online examination for me, the general exam last Saturday. Really good job. They've got it down, really, really well. And I just want to say thanks for all of that people time into one guy who passed his general last Saturday. And thank you very much.
All right, I see Scott I don't know if Scott wanted to comment on that.
Well, I'm actually driving at the moment, so I can't comment much, but thank you very much for the feedback. We really appreciate it.
I do have a question regarding that. I'm just wondering and I haven't talked to Daniel, but does anybody know if Daniel has set up any online Zoom training sessions? I know we have the exam sessions, but I've been asked on the island out here if there's anybody doing online training. So I thought I'd put that out there. I'm going to send Daniel an email, but does anybody know?
Yeah, I'm on here, Hal. I'm working on it. We did have one class. I wasn't real satisfied with it. The problem with Zoom, it's hard to do a video like a YouTube. So I've got to take some snapshots on several YouTubes and put them into the presentation on that, particularly with the Rubens tube, which is really important to see how the energy gets off an antenna on the thing. So I'm working on updating the presentation to a Zoom level, and then we'll get back and schedule out that. I've got probably January is my target frame on the Zoom account. So we're working on that. We've only had about 5 classes this year. We're way down in classes because of the COVID, but our teachers are willing to go into Zoom, and we're going to record it and then make it available after that. But the first one wasn't at the quality I wanted to do it at, but we're going to get there, and we're going to be working on the presentation. Back to the club.
Thanks, Dan. And Daniel, I've had some questions out here on the island regarding that. And so what you're looking at is having a online video, maybe YouTube type thing that people can bring up and look at their leisure or whatever, and then go take the test.
Yes, we have. We didn't get any comments during the first Zoom class, which is one of the important things in our classes, to get the students' feedback. But the presentation wasn't the level I wanted to do for a student. We've tried to bring the new person along so they're ready to get onto a net. We've done a 9 o'clock net almost for every class, as Joan's well aware of, which when the student hears the net going on, they learn so much more than just talking about it. That's one of the things in there. I get the 9 o'clock net in there. And then also we get some of the YouTube videos. We need to send a link out so they can play the YouTube videos, but we also have to take some snapshots as the video progresses to show some of the points we want to illustrate on there. Our class is not just memorizing questions. We want to make the amateur ready to get into the hobby and meet with other people.
Yeah, great. Okay, I'll stay tuned because we've had some questions regarding that.
It's coming.
Cool. Great question. Thanks, Dan. Any other items for the good of the order?
Afternet will be available once this meeting is done.
Didn't we receive a great donation from somebody? I'm having a senior moment. I can't remember where that came from.
I think it was Amazon.
Yes, more about that next month.
Yeah.
During the budget.
Okay, thank you.
It's scheduled to hopefully be received soon. But yes, there is a nice donation from Amazon that will be discussed next month.
Cool. Anything else? All right, hearing none, I would entertain a motion to end the meeting.
Sure, I'll raise the motion.
Phil, K7PIA, who seconds that?
Second.
Robin, WA7BRI.
Okay.
All right, all in favor of ending the meeting, vote yes or no in the participants list, please.
Is this board members or general membership?
Everybody can vote, members.
Looks like
Need you too, John.
looks like all yeses to me except for Jim. So all right.
Wants to go on forever.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm going to stop the recording and we will go to Freenet.